This is going to be probably the shortest video that I made on the channel. If you've been watching the channel, you've seen this pole in the past video. I did have a wire running down there to a ground, but I have now removed it from up there and put it down at the base of the pole, down here at the bottom of the pole, and doubled it up. It was a single wire at one time, and now I got two 12-gauge wire, copper or black coated with copper on the inside. And my camera focuses right there. You see the copper color in the connector, and it runs down to a, I know one of them's black because I painted it when it was on the pole, but it is down there. I want to clear out some of this shrubbery around here, just right here in this little general area, like this tree that's connected to it. And this is pretty much going to stay right here. When I got to thinking about it, running across here, this is kind of in the pathway of the lawnmower or push mower, and sometimes I have some my smaller little baby cousins will come over, and I don't want them to get entangled with it. And this here, it's well out of the way, up next close to the house, and I can always stick something here like a chair. I'll stick it there or something, or this is a fold up chair, so I can fold it up and kind of just lay it over right here. And so but we don't never have nobody running this close to the house. I mean, mainly if you're running or if you're playing or anything, it's going to be mainly out here or right there in the backyard, or maybe here if you want to throw a football or something. But that being closest to the house, we had a good thunderstorm, brought a whole lot of consistent lightning with it. But I was gone from the house, but I do not know if it got struck or not, because this is a metal pole, not a PVC pipe. And that is a stainless steel whip, 102 inches, quarter wave length signal. And for my base station, later on I'm going to upgrade to, I'm gonna keep the whip, but I'm gonna add some ground plane to it. This way, maybe a radial, which is all directions. I found one for like 40 bucks. That basic CB antenna will go into it, thread up in there. So I have to take the antenna off and just lay it on the roof, put my ground plane in, and then thread the CB and whip into the top of it, and it'd be done. And then you'll see some ground plane up there, which will help the signal out. And then for grounding the pole, this is the best I can come up with for what I got to work with for simple tools and stuff. A double 12-gauge double barrel, 12-gauge double barrel of 12-gauge wire. Shorten the length up so it could get a good ground. I was thinking the long length of having it way up there and it goes all the way there, maybe not having a good ground being so long. So I shortened it up to maybe 1.5 feet. I wanted to put it somewhere here, but I wanted to be able to get to it and be easy access to this thing. So if I needed to do anything, or if I have to take the pole back down, it's a simple bolt here. These will stay. I'll just put them like lay them on the ground, whatever, and then a bolt down here, and this thing will come up out of the ground and I can lay it over. And plus I got plenty of can't get a hold to it, but I got plenty of access wire up inside there for to lay it on the ground, to service it, or whatever I need to do with it. But pretty much all the next work I got for this thing is going to be, I don't have to take it down, I can do it right there, which I just did. I just got this wire down. I went up there on the roof, and it was the top of right there where it's mounted is about right there, so it's within arm's reach. I can tune on it, turn it, change it out, whatever I need to do. I don't never have to take this pole back down again. But I need to come up with some kind of structure to brace it to the house so it's not, you know, swaying from back and forth, or if we get some high winds, it's going to be hitting against the house. And what I got planned for that, to take care of that solution, is put me a piece of board across here. First I'll paint it so it matches with the house, white, so it don't look all tacky. And I believe I have a mount that goes over this pipe like this, and it's got 2 bolt holes on each side, and I'll just take some wood screws and a drill, and I'll just zzz, zzz, and it will be good and firm. It won't be swaying. You can see that whip up there whipping in the wind. That's what a steel whip does. It just keeps on whipping up there. Let's see if we can get it going. Yeah, there you go. See? It just whip, 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 whip. That's pretty good for that cloud straight up, straight above me. But you can see it whipping in the wind. Steel whip. I am hot, sweaty, and I thought it was going to cool off this afternoon, but it is sweltering hot out here. I don't plan on doing any more CB stuff for quite a while outside. All my stuff is going to be inside, air conditioned. I'm about to put all this up, take this back around there, all my tools. But the CB pole project for right now is done and finished. Good ground. Got the ground on the pole. Good, nice and neat looking. Doubled up the wire, so that would probably help my signal a little bit, hopefully, or help the radio out, cut down the noise, hopefully. Some CB noise, since it's good and grounded. And that's the best ground I can come up with for what I got to work with. I did find some today solid copper wire, but oh my God, the price for a roll of that stuff for about 12 foot, I could put a full tank of gas in my truck for that much. Oh my God. Copper wire. And if you look at food right now, oh my God, the price for chicken or fish or meat, I gotta start putting my money elsewhere from CB, but at least you can communicate. We established communications. I film with a cell phone, but down here we do not have a house phone. We rely on cell phones, and you only have one little bitty bar on a cell phone down here in this hole. And this is bad for CB because I have a whole lot of trees surrounding everywhere, and that affects with, but at least you can hear. But anyway, that's it. It is done for the outside. Until I can get my $40 ground plane that will attached to the antenna. And then I'll have some ground plane. So, CB hobby or radio enthusiast gets addictive very quickly. But it's well worth it to get into it. Especially the best way I could tell you right now, very shortly, in a short sentence, if you're going to get into the hobby, invest in a mobile unit like in your truck or car, and use a car or truck with a frame, not a subframe, like a Chevy Silverado, a Dodge pickup, or late model. It has a steel frame up under it, and that will be your ground plane, kind of what I'm talking about up there, except it's a lot longer. You know, a long pickup truck, and then you got an antenna in the middle of it, and a good maybe $200 to $250 CB radio with upper and lower sidebands. That would be my idea to suggest if you're going to get into the hobby, because you can be mobile, communicate, move. You don't have to be stationary like at a house in a center location. So I am on this, but I do have one on my truck, so I can mobilize myself if I need to go, get out of here. Nuclear power plant blew up and we have to evacuate. I'm gonna have to leave this very quickly, so I'm gonna have to rely on my truck if we have to bug out of here real fast like. So it's a good idea to have both of those, and so that's what I have. Mostly I inherited what I have, and I'll never forget that. So, but one day I'll buy my own stuff when I hopefully get the money and things hopefully go back to normal around here, where I can afford to do stuff like that. But right now, what you see is what I got on the channel. Go ahead and get these together, hammer, wire. Alright then, that will do it for this little episode of CB Radio Talk. See y'all.